loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bag.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Cryptcast. I'm Mike.
Salutations, I am Brian.
We're coming to you from inside the crypt in Eatontown, New Jersey, and we're going over a book this week. We are reading Skyward Vol.1.
How high? So high that I can reach the sky. How sick? So sick that you can suck my dick.
That's unrepresentative of what we're doing here today. There's no dicks in this story at all.
At all. There is a WLMP2 though.
I think he just might not have, I think he might have been born without legs. I don't know if he's...
They didn't get into it.
They didn't. Not at all.
No.
He just ain't got no legs.
But he has no legs. He has no legs.
Is that from something?
Kids. Terrible movie.
I don't know what that is.
It was an awful, awful movie. Man, I don't remember when. Gotta be late 90s, early 2000s. About kids all getting AIDS.
Okay.
Yeah, teenagers running around being delinquents and having unprotected sex.
Hey guys, don't be delinquent.
Yeah,
don't have unprotected sex.
It was supposed to teach you shit.
Oh.
Cher endorsed it.
Oh, okay, good. Very nice. So again, we're reading Skyward Vol.1 by Joe Henderson and Lee Garbett. Colors by Antonio Fabela, covering the first 5 issues, originally published in 2018. The series itself is a total of 15 issues, so it should be 3 volumes. And just as a side note, I enjoy Henderson's work. I didn't read this when it came out. I think I tried it and ended up dropping it. Mm-hmm. But I did read Shadecraft and Big Burn. And I was like, hey, I like you. What else have you done? And he hasn't.
As it turns out, these are the 3 things he's done.
Yeah. I wish he'd do more stuff, but he's been tied up with TV and movie stuff. He's got producer credits on Lucifer, I think.
The comic industry loses so many people to well-paying jobs.
Yeah, it's weird. I need to live and eat and stuff. Let me go do something for more money. So yeah, I enjoy Henderson's work. I enjoyed this for the most part. I have some issues, but I like it.
I enjoy it.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
I always wanted to read Shadecraft. How do you compare them side to side?
I like Shadecraft better.
Okay.
It's more grounded. It's a more grounded story in that the whole world is normal, where this is a sci-fi adventure.
Yeah.
That is a mystery horror.
Okay.
Yeah. I just enjoy that one more.
By a lot?
By a good amount.
Okay.
It doesn't have the action-y scenes and all the cool movement and stuff.
Yeah, the artwork in this was very dynamic.
The creativity in what's going on in the world. It's not that. It's a whole different type of story. And then Big Burn is a heist for souls. It's
interesting to present a problem like loss of gravity and have to develop a world.
Yeah.
Where
I like the world, and most of it makes sense, except some of the science doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Sure.
I just mean, that's not how that would work.
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. But you're building, like you said, you're building a world, and you try to have to make everything work. It's but if that wasn't there, that wouldn't happen, kind of thing.
What were your problems?
As we go through them, I'll point them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the gun propulsion thing?
No, that one's legit.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's fine. The ring of people around the Earth.
Okay.
Wouldn't exist if there was no gravity.
Right. Well, it would be a more horrific scene, too, if there was debris out there where they were just people floating in space. They'd be all, frozen and...
But that's what we saw. We saw, animals and buildings, and they're all dead corpses, yeah. But
they would have been more graphic, I think.
No, you'd be preserved, because you freeze, and you preserve forever.
Yeah, but they weren't even, they weren't even frozen. Things were still in color. I would have made everything
you don't
gray.
That's
cold.
That's a shorthand for coloring. If you want something to look cold, you do use those blue tones, right?
Right.
So it formed an accretion disk of stuff that fell off the Earth. You can't have a disk around the planet if the planet has no gravity, because the gravity's holding it.
Right.
Making it orbit the Earth, right?
Can't have rings of Saturn without gravity.
They just would have continued to fly out into space. And there's some other stuff in here. When I see it, I'll be like, nope, that's not how that works.
Maybe they had gravity up to a point.
No, they have no gravity. So our book starts with our main character as a teeny tiny little baby.
Yeah.
And her parents.
We'll just introduce the family. Dad, Nate, Mom, Lily, baby, Willa.
not Willow.
No,
Because when I say it, I guarantee I'm going to eat those words and it'll sound like Willow. It's Willa. She's going down for a nap. Mom's going out for a run. And then G-Day happens. Gravity Day. Gravity just turns off. And we see her mom outside clinging to a light pole as everything around her flies up and out into the atmosphere. She tries to launch herself back to her front door, and she gets hit by a car, and she flies up and away forever.
And she nearly makes it.
Yeah, she's very close.
Nate puts things together. His coffee cup starts to float in front of him, and he notices a dog float by the window, and he runs to the front door to see his wife clung to the telephone pole.
Yeah.
And she leaps for his hand and just misses it.
Yeah.
And,
well, he's telling her not to do it, not to do it. He'll be there. He'll try to. And she's a little reckless.
And he has the horrific, like, the look in his face. Like, the artwork's so good.
Yeah, because at that point,
expressions of watching your wife float into the sky out of sight. I think he puts it together really, like, quick. Although he's panicked, like, he swims through the air. Like, he gets to the nursery to get back to Willa to check on her quickly. Like, he's
Well, he's a scientist who's studying gravity.
Right.
So, he predicted this would happen.
Right. That's one of the things he said, too, that he predicted it would happen. But, like, I'm just saying, he kind of reactionary. Like, the oh shit thing was not like a, oh my God, freeze and panic. He went, oh my God, run and check on my wife.
Right,
oh my God, go check on the baby. Like, this guy was...
He knew what was going to be happening,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we jump 20 years into the future. So Willa is now a grown young woman, early 20s.
She's working for a delivery service.
It took me a second to put that together. I was like, why is she...
Well, you don't get that till she get to the Shirley shows up. You don't get then, and we'll get there.
But we see a little bit of the world, and it's way different.
Yeah,
everyone's up inside skyscrapers. She's in Chicago, by the way.
People are strapped down. They have bungee cords. She sees a friend Joan on a rooftop. So this panel kind of didn't make sense to me. Why is Joan not floating? Does she have magnet shoes?
I don't think she has magnet shoes, but she's like harnessed in.
She has a cable, but why would she not float? To the length of the cable, the allowment of.
Because you're going to position yourself down, and if you have enough grip, you could stand in a position, right? You don't have to be floating.
I don't know. I would assume as soon as you walk out that front door, you are gravitating up.
But I'm saying you could get yourself in a position where you don't necessarily have to be floating. You could be standing.
Clenching with all 10 toes, like
little Velcro shoes.
I don't know. We wear no shoes with the shoes with the toes.
But yeah, there's harnesses everywhere. There's balloons. There's poles. People are wearing like shit on their backs. Like she has a fire extinguisher, something that can propel you if needed, kind of thing. And we see other people with various forms of propulsion on their back, if they need it.
I think it's fun that she sees her friend Joan on the rooftop, and Joan has found a people crossing sign, and they're like, "What's that?"
Yeah, it's so weird. Why
does that exist?
But Willa goes to work. Like you said, she's working for a messenger service, and we meet Edison, and he's the one with no legs. And they have a little back and forth where she gets a little insensitive about him having no legs.
Well, I think it's fun that everything she does kind of fumbles. She's like, you're super old, like not super old, but you're older than me. Like you remember what it's like before G-Day. Yeah. And she's like, well, you remember what it's like to walk. And he's like, nope, no, I don't. Yep. Because I don't have legs.
Yep, he's like, can't answer that one. And he says G-Day was the best thing that ever happened to him. So I'm assuming he was just born without the legs, right?
Right. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because it was the best thing that ever happened to him. So he had the ability to float around and stuff.
Yeah. But she realized she flubs it. She's feeling pretty bad about it because there's a little thing between the two of them.
Yeah, she's trying to flirt. She yells at herself after she upsets him and he leaves. Yeah, there's a convoy or something. They're going to L.A. Yeah, for a supply run. And he's saying, he's asking her if she was going, and she said no. that she had to stay there. And he's like, yeah, it could be scary, like, not in the city where there aren't things to, what he was implying is that, there's not things to tether yourself down to.
Right, there's nothing to grab once you're past the ground.
And she got offended because she's like, I'm not scared. She's like, maybe for a guy like you can't handle it. And he took it as a handicapped man who couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So he got offended and leaves. And then she beats herself up about trying to flirt by insulting him.
Yeah.
Which, is a thing.
But then her boss, was it Janice? Is that her boss?
Shirley?
I don't know. Shirley, you must be joking.
Big Shirley.
I don't have her name until way later when we talk to her later.
Edison says, tell Shirley. So tell Shirley I'll be back later when he storms out.
Shirley comes up and gives a very important delivery to Willa, and she heads out. And then she gets immediately mugged, held up at knife point, by two dudes who want her package. And then she pulls out a gun.
I thought the vibe of this book was going to change drastically.
How so?
When she pulled that gun out, I was just like, oh man, this bitch is crazy. She's going to shoot this guy. Like, why is she having, I was like, wow, this book escalated really quick. I did not think it was going to be this violent.
I mean, that's a pretty cool, last panel on it.
It is a great panel. Like, she looks cool as fuck. I was just like, oh, this is not what I thought it was.
And then they laugh at her and say she's bluffing. And the one guy says, no one uses guns anymore. All it'll do is send you flying. And she goes, that's the idea. And the guy goes, bitch, you're not that crazy. And then she shoots the gun down and she goes flying up.
And she is a bit of a daredevil because she is enjoying this shit.
Very much, yeah. She grew up in this world, right? She knows what's up.
I'm just saying, she seems to embrace it. She kind of relishes in it a little bit. She is enjoying this kind of free-floating freedom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when she shoots the gun, she doesn't just float up. She launches like a rocket.
Yeah.
Upward. And then she gets too high and she's like, stay calm, just grab something on your way, you're fine, you're so close, oh come on, oh god. And then she grabs a strap that breaks and she's got nothing. So she's flying up over the city and she just goes, wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, she is significantly high over skyscrapers.
And then she fires the gun upward and shoots herself back down. She lands real hard on top of a school.
She lands conveniently on her delivery building. That's comic book magic.
Yeah, she said, and pretty good, she said, not broken, and pretty good aim if I do say so myself. And the
very important delivery was milk for school kids.
Milk for school children, yeah.
Which makes me wonder, why did they want to mug her for milk?
I mean, think of the world you're in. Milk is probably not hard, or easy to come by, right? Because how do you get cows to graze on the food they need to and produce milk? You know what I mean? They bring it up a little later where the entire food system changes. Production has to change, livestock has to change, distribution has to change. Nothing's viable anymore. You have to start over. I mean,
that all makes sense, but later on when they
come back because they specifically say they wanted that milk.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, as far as other parts, where we realize there's part of societies that have the magnetic boots and they stay on the ground and they haven't adapted to the.
Yeah, they're living a lie.
Yeah. So it's you don't really get the everything's changed part. At first the milk delivery is really kind of weird. Where you're just what?
So you see people flying around doing the thing. You get this sense of what's going on here, but I think once she's out of Chicago and out in the world, we'll probably get more of that, oh, that's fucking weird, right? Right?
Yeah.
So, she heads home after delivery, see her dad, and he's currently working out really hard with tension bands, staying fit, sweating. The problem is with no gravity, your sweat just kind of comes off your body and floats in the air. So he's filled the apartment with sweat droplets. She says, it's gross. I think I just breathed in your sweat.
It is definitely gross. It was funny when she didn't mention it because it's kind of insignificant, but she's drinking a soda back at the delivery place when she's talking to Edison, and she opens the bottle and it just kind of floats out, and she's just kind of
it sucks it out of the air.
Eating the bubbles, sucking the bubbles out of the air. And it's all right, well, that's kind of neat, isn't it? It is up until it's other people's sweat droplets.
Have you ever seen astronauts do that? They do that.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's what else could float? Like, in a world context, like, what else is...
Everything.
Like, that's the thing. Like, you would think that there's a lot of garbage and debris. Just, like... I know it all gets sucked up into the atmosphere.
It doesn't suck up, but it's,
like,
it's like you're in space. Whatever direction you're going, you're just going to keep going until something stops you, right?
Right.
So, basically, what you have to do is take your garbage and throw it up, and it'll be gone forever. Right?
Yeah.
There's actually a joke. I have notes on it, but we'll talk about it just on that thing where she's at the rich people party, and you're like, I heard that they just the uppers just pee up into the sky, and she's like, and she goes, well, yeah, what else would you do? So they are using the sky as a bathroom.
That is gross. Yeah.
Just streams of piss flying past.
That's when you really find out if there's aliens. They just go, what the fuck are you doing to space?
Yeah. Just piss everywhere.
The universe is not your toilet.
Piss comets. So she gets home. She tells her dad that she wants to leave Chicago. She wants to see the world. He thinks it's way too dangerous for her, but he thinks he knows how to fix everything. And that's the end of issue 1.
What vibes do you get from her dad at the end of issue 1?
That he's an asshole for holding on to this for so long, unless he just figured it out.
See, I think he just figured it out. Like, he kind of...
Yeah, it would make sense if that were the case.
So, like, you get more into the dad's character as we go, and you find out just how, like, broken and insecure he is.
Oh, boy.
But in the beginning of this, he knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
And he was, like, rock solid about it, you know? And then, like, the training that he's doing, like, it seems like he's taking this very seriously.
Yeah.
And you could even extend it to her and go, oh, this is why she is this confident and why she's this capable. And then he's like, and I have a plan to fix it. I have the science in the book to fix it. And you're like, all right, this guy has his shit together. So at the end of issue 1, I'm like, oh, this guy
we're gonna
is
get
the
to it.
man. Nope.
Yeah, it all falls apart. He's a head case, and she is strong and independent and about stuff in spite of him.
Right.
Where he tried to, like, protect her from, like, you can't go outside kind of thing.
Right.
We'll get to it, but he's been living in that apartment for 20 years. He's never left.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get into it, but I just want to say my perception at the end of issue 1 is that this guy was going to play hero. Like, this is hero time for this guy.
I think it's meant to come off like that, too, because you have the single page. It's very, like, kind of thing, yeah. Issue 2, we learn that her dad used to study gravitational field around the planet, and he discovered the anomalies that eventually led to G-Day. And then we have the slow zoom into Earth, but now there's a ring of all the people and debris that went to the sky, which, like I laid out before, doesn't make any sense, because it wouldn't be a ring, because you need gravity for that to happen.
I still, like, there's so much in this image.
Yeah, there's train cars and planes and trucks and
like there's
boats.
a shark. Does the water not leave the earth?
That's one of the issues I have too.
Water, like...
So things have gravity. We have gravity because of the mass of the earth. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So gravity and gravity make things stick. Like, like we see the storm later where it's just a big globule of water, right? So it has its own gravity, it sticks to itself. If gravity is gone, the water would start to, like, glob up.
Right, it'll lift.
And it would lift away. So, like, there would be less water on Earth because the gravity's not there to hold it down. Yeah,
arguably anything loose, dirt, sand, would just lift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare.
Right.
Like, the air would just be full of bullshit.
Now, do you think they're not, like, all frozen and icy because, like, they're closer to the sun? So they're not, like... Space is supposed to be cold.
Have you ever seen something flash frozen? It maintains color. You don't get blue just because you're cold.
I don't know.
Like I said, it's a shorthand for art.
We always see, like, movies and shit, like, when people float away from the spaceship slowly, they ice up and stuff.
All of that is just movie bullshit.
Yeah.
It does not work like that. You just freeze. All those people are dead. They're frozen.
Well, I know they're dead.
And all those poor cows.
I don't think any of those people were alive.
Yeah, no, they're frozen. They're not like rotting in space or anything.
Yeah, it's like, because it's all like in color and vibrant. It's just like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I would expect more visual coldness.
Yeah. Anyway, we get back to him being very heroic. And she's getting on his case. It's like, you saved the world, you can't fucking do that. And she goes, Willow, that's not fair. And she opens the door. He goes, close the door. Like, he flips out and he squats down into like a fetal position. So he wants to save the world, but he can't go outside. Like I said, he's been in there for 20 years straight.
Yeah, that shit made me feel bad.
So she goes back to work and she's talking to Shirley, and this dude, Roger Barrow, comes on the TV, and Shirley talks about him like she knew him personally. It turns out she did. Her dad also knew Roger Barrow. They worked in the same field. He also knew G-Day was coming, but he decided he was going to profit off of it instead of trying to stop it. And he is a big old jerk face.
He's our villain.
Yeah.
He sold magnetic Nikes.
So Willa has the bright idea of like, hey, I can get Dad's old friend to come help me help Dad. So she's trying to help him out from like a good space. Like, she thinks she has a good idea. It's great. And this is the decision that fucks everything up.
Yeah.
So she heads down to the streets. She talks to a friend of hers, Joan, who cleans houses for all the rich people. She said they live in a world where they're unwilling to believe that it's changed. An entire city in denial. And everyone down below wears gravity boots. And it's just, they make it look normal. It's just people walking around. Like, I don't know why you would want to do this. Especially when we learn how expensive these fucking shoes are.
Right.
$10,000 a pair.
I'm just saying, it looks like there's like, in comparison, it looks like there's way more people on the streets living the lie than there are up in the air. Right?
Right. I mean, people hate change, right? Like human nature's like, no, hang on to how it was.
Yeah.
But that seems so inconvenient to try to do that. Whereas, like, if you just learn how to adapt and, like, shoot around without the gravity, you're going to be, like, way better.
It doesn't seem economically feasible, too.
Right.
Like, everybody couldn't be able to afford to live like that.
Well, it's the rich section. This is, how we always have the, like, the rich people live up top and all the garbage flows down? It's the opposite on this one.
Right. Where most, most, like, future stories have the upper crust on the top and poverty levels on the bottom.
They just flipped it. And they're pretending, which also, like, this also brings a little issue. You remember when Willa shot that bullet down?
Yes.
She just shoots down into the rich part of the neighborhood, like, unless it's a different part of the city, unless it's like quarantined to a section, or is all of the city like this?
That would have been real interesting to see some air police. Guys that have the magnetic shoes that are walking the beat, all of a sudden turn them off and shoot up into the sky.
Well, we do see air police later, but they don't have what you said.
Right.
They're just like dudes with jetpacks.
But I'm just saying, like, if you have to respond to something up in this,
Yeah. Well, you can never catch them, though.
Why not?
They'd be gone.
They have jetpacks.
That's true.
Right? If messenger services have propulsion systems, the cops have to.
I mean, they have legit propulsion systems. I mean, she had a fire extinguisher.
She had a fire extinguisher, but Ellis had like a legit jetpack.
Edison?
Edison.
Yeah,
sorry.
he had an actual. He's rich. We find out later he's rich.
Yes, he is rich.
So he has nice stuff. So I like Willa a lot. She's really charming.
Yeah, she's a fun character.
Yeah,
she has a naivety to her.
She's earnest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like Vern Ernest.
Ernest P. Worrell. Know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah, she's very likable. She's brave. She's smart. Like, immediately you like her. So she tries to get in to see Barrow, but security calls in backup because he sees she has a gun. He goes, "Is that a gun?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, so?" Like, it's normal.
Which is like, to show you how different
Everything's
life
changed.
in the sky is, or life on the ground is still kind of old school. It's like, you can't just have a gun. It's like, why not? I used to fly around. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's
like,
a fucking gun. Who cares?
Right. Yeah. So.
Yep. So security comes running in. She gets grabbed and she steals a taser and hits the dude's grav boots, disarming them. He just is flying up and he starts flipping out,
Panicking.
Just
Oh God, I'm floating away.
Look at all the building he has to grab.
It's like you're not even 5 feet off the ground, bro.
Yeah. But it shows the kind of fear that, like, these people live in, right? Like, they're trying to hold on to something that's not there anymore.
Yeah. the difference between the ground and the sky people.
Well, they like derogatory term was upper. They call them uppers, right? Yeah. And then jetpack guys come flying in. She goes, jetpacks? Well, that's unfair.
Yeah. Oh, is everyone afraid of the scary sky?
Yeah.
Right? It's
but she gets grabbed into an alley by Edison. And where is it? He goes, Debbie, did you see the look on that guy's face? The sky, it's gonna eat me. Ah! They laugh about it. And then he gives her a pair of mag boots, which again are $10,000.
Yeah.
Which we find out later were his. Which is more fucked up, because who bought him mag boots? He doesn't have legs below the knee.
Could he
strap his knees into them?
Yeah.
We later see he has a photo in a wheelchair, so he could just strap into a wheelchair and have the chair, like, magged down.
Like the wheel magnets, yeah. Because I would assume if there are cars and shit, they must have magnet wheels.
Right.
Magnet rods.
Right, I just it's very weird that he has them. Because it sounded like Barrow insinuated that they were, like, bought for him. Like, here, before I knew they were $10,000, I just assumed he spent, like, $300 on a pair of shoes for her.
Yeah, that he just went and bought them.
Right.
Yeah. Especially the way he gifts them to her. He's like, have fun at the ball, Cinderella.
Yeah. But they do a trade. She gets the mag boots. He takes her gun. And now she goes inside. She goes, how do you even use these things? And then she's like the very exaggerated, like, learning how to walk. And there's just a bunch of, like, dialogue around from all the rich people. And it's all, like, fucked up rich people talk.
Oh, she's, like, making fun of the guy. She's like, what do you sleep in these things? And that was, like, 2 pages ago. And now the guy's sitting in the background, like, crying. He's like, what's wrong with sleeping in them?
Yeah, so they're talking. Oh, yeah, here's the thing. Heard some crazy upper was trying to get in and threatened to shoot everyone. I hear they just pee up at the sky, use it as a giant toilet. Huh, come on, that's gross. And then she says, where else would you go?
It ain't gonna go down.
Which is real matter of fact. Just imagine, like, I gotta pee. You just, drop the trowel in the middle of the sky and piss up. Which, again, unless you were stable against something, the act of you peeing would start to spin you in a circle.
Right, because it's going to propel.
Right, because it's propulsion, because your muscles push it out.
Sure.
So the stream would end up pushing you, so you would actually have to be up against something to not be pushed back. See, the science in here is garbage.
I hate when we, like, go through these things and I notice something that I didn't notice the first time, because I'm kind of like, how did you not notice that?
That's the benefit of going back through stuff, though.
I know, but it's almost like, come on, it's so funny and so relevant to the story. You notice that all the women's hair is floating up?
Yeah.
Like, all the hairdos, it's just sticking straight. I noticed this lady first. I was like, that's fun.
Well, and she's specifically talking about magnetized hems. Because apparently they had to figure out, like, you can't wear
keep her dresses
down, so hems are magnetized.
Yep. Sometimes I think when I'm doing these, I read them so fast and I don't stop to appreciate the art.
But that's how you read in the first, like, I tend to read bubbles a little fast.
Yeah.
And I try to take a little extra time to, like, go over art.
Scan the panel.
Right, just to make sure. But yeah, it's all on how you read it. Like, and you're always going to find extra stuff on the second, like, run through.
The first panel on the page where she's high stepping and she's got, like, her tongue sticking out of her mouth because she's real struggling on how to
she's
walk
figuring it out,
things. Yeah. It's like, those two women back there look hysterical with the hair floating straight up.
So Willa ends up finding Barrow finally in the crowd. She tries to talk to him, and he's got a bodyguard that, like, stops her. Is like, hey, no, sorry, not for you. And she gets through to him by getting his attention with her dad's name.
Yeah, she screams, my father is Nathan Fowler.
And he gets what did you say? You mean he's alive? I can't believe it, he's alive, thank God. And he seems very nice.
Which is your first sign that he's not.
Well, everything seems fine then.
Yeah.
And then the second page happens. Because they do the very dramatic, very kind of he's the bad guy thing where, like, he has a thought or he says something where he turns away and Will is looking all happy, like, in the background, and he's completely blacked out with his eyes, like, in angry mode. And his bodyguard goes, who's Nathan Fowler? And he goes, a man I thought was dead. Turns out he's been hiding from me for the last 20 years. And now his own daughter's going to lead me right to him so I can strangle the bastard with my own bare hands. It's fast-paced story, man. There's no screwing around. There's no like secret reveal. It's just like, no, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, no, it's fast paced.
Yeah, there's no betrayal later. I mean, she gets the betrayal, but we know,
Yeah.
And that's the end of issue 2. Issue 3 starts with Barrow on G-Day.
On G-Day, right?
Very calmly looking out the building he's in.
And if this isn't a fucking Lex Luthor moment, like he's in his like office building, sky rise, watching people and cars float past his.
Like he's not happy about it, but like there's a guy.
He looks indifferent.
He looks indifferent. Yeah, he's not happy about it, but he doesn't seem to be affected by it.
Right.
There's a dude on the outside who's got his hand on the window, and he puts his hand up and like to the guy's hand.
Yeah, they do prison window love.
Yeah.
As this guy floats off.
Yeah, this dude's crying because he knows he's gonna die. And that's it. Back to the present. He's talking to Willa about the days after G-Day, how he helped restructure how food was reduced and distributed like we talked before. And Willa just says, like, she wants to help her dad, and she wants to see if Barrow can do that. Like, can kind of get him out of the funk and get him out of the house and doing something.
Well, this all might also, from a different angle, be installing some validity to what her dad's saying. And like, oh, maybe he can fix this. Maybe he does have something to contribute, and he's not just crazy.
I think the fact that I think she believes her dad. I just think that she.
Well, when he was like, I could fix it, she kind of shits on him. Like, you can't even leave the apartment. How are you going to fix anything? Right, and now, like, she's like, maybe this guy can. I don't help rehabilitate him.
I don't think it's shitting on like his ability. I think it's shitting on the fact that like you can't leave the house. How can you do anything? Not like you don't have the ability to do it. It's just you are stopping yourself. Like it's a mental thing, not the smarts thing.
Sure, but she also doesn't have any proof that like her dad is this smart scientist guy. Other than
I mean, she would know that, right?
But living with him for 20 years and having no proof of his merits, that's what I'm saying. Like this guy validates it. Not only can he
I get what
not
you're
only
saying.
can he get him out of the house, but like he's saying, yeah, man, like your dad was smart. Your dad.
Right. So Barrow backs up the claim that Nate might actually have the way to fix gravity. He's basically like, if anyone's going to figure it out, it's going to be him.
That's because your father wasn't. Your father isn't crazy.
But after all this affirmation and being cool, he gets dark when asked why Nate wouldn't trust him. And then he flips back to smiles very quickly. And then Barrow tries to get Nate's address, but Willa keeps it from him. Like, she's not intentionally trying to be vague. She's just like, I don't know, man. Like, he wouldn't really like that. Like, I think we should take it slow. Like, I can come get you and bring you over there when, like, I'm ready.
Well, she also gets the vibe because he's like, he's like, your father can be stubborn. And she's like, sure, but on something that's important, didn't he trust you? And she stayed silent. She's like, oh.
Yeah, he was silent.
She knows there's a beef between them, apparently.
But I'm saying, it doesn't seem like she's intentionally trying to be, like, evasive. She's just, like, it's all coming from, like, a naive place almost. I'm not saying she didn't catch a vibe.
Right. No, she definitely did because she asked him flat out. She's like, but why didn't he trust you? And he's like, let's go ask him together. Where is he?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he gets frustrated, and then he locks her mag boots down to the floor and then starts beating her. Like, straight up punching her in the face over and over again.
The fucking analogy. Because she is literally swaying back and forth, like almost hitting the ground and then bouncing back up. He's like, oh, you're like one of those punching bop bags we used to have.
Yeah,
that pop back up.
Yeah, this is fun. You're like one of those inflatable punching bags we used to have. Keep pop them right back up. And she's like, why? What the fuck? Why? He wants the world to stay the same because he made a fortune off G-Day, and if it goes back, then he would have nothing. Which I would argue incorrect because you still have all your money.
You still have all your wealth.
Right.
Yeah, you just don't, like...
Yeah, you just have to pivot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... Like, the motivation seemed like, again, people want to stay the same, right? Like, I did a thing, it's good for me, fuck you, it stays how it is.
Yeah, but it's like, just because, like, you gotta say the guy's probably, like, a millionaire, right? Like, he's not gonna...
Dude, if this dude's not a trillionaire...
Yeah, sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, how much money is...
If all the rich people in the world are going, I want your mag boots so I could pretend to be regular. But she headbutts him in the face, breaks his nose. Security comes running up, tries to hit her with the taser, and he's like, don't! Because when she gets hit with the taser, her mag boots fritz, and she's able to get out of there.
Yeah, he EMP'd her.
She manages to get outside, leaving her mag boots behind, and cops are everywhere. She sees her friend Joan taking out some trash, which is just the fact that they're the fucking metal, like, top lid. Like, doesn't make it, like, those lids don't fit tight. Get out of here.
No, those lids are garbage. Yeah.
But she's got a string of the metal trash cans going out the dumpster. And she asks her for help. So, classic trope. She gets shoved in the laundry cart. And she has to walk her through the building to get her to the roof while she's doing her rounds.
And that's where we find out that Edison's loaded.
Right. And she says, like, you know, it's pretty fucked up that they make him sit in that chair when he doesn't have to because the gravity's gone.
Right.
Which is like, yeah, that's super fucked up. And then we get a couple scenes of them going past some different stuff within the building. Like, there's a school that's like they're going over sex ed. And one of the guys goes, "Can a girl get pregnant if someone's junk is in the air and, you know, floats in?" And the teacher goes, "No, Donald, that's a common urban myth." And then Willa goes, "I always wondered about that."
I like it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be responsible when cleaning up after yourself.
Yeah.
Don't let your shit float around.
Just fucking jizz floating everywhere.
Oh, God.
Imagine living in the house with a teenage boy. Oh, my God. That'd be a nightmare. Just goo everywhere.
15 gym socks stuck to the ceiling. It's like, I'm not scraping those off.
They end up inside like an office space, and they kind of like bluff their way through after some blood floats out of Willa's nose. And they're like, "Hey, your laundry's bleeding." And then they get caught by some cops. Well, security, right?
Yeah, pretty heavily armored security. No badges.
Willa bursts out of the laundry, takes Joan hostage, and then she throws Joan at them and runs.
Thanks for the help. You have underwear on your head.
And then Willa gets to escape again, and Joan gets to kiss the security guard. So maybe we'll see them later.
Yeah, was that like a thing? That wasn't a previous thing, right?
No, not that I saw, but it could be something they touch on later. It's like, hey, I met Todd. And,
thanks to you.
she flies on home.
Makes her way home.
But the door's open.
And that's pretty talented because she doesn't have, like, any gear, no shoes, no propulsion pack. She has to get her way, you know.
Yeah,
I think it should have been a little bit more of a struggle. That could have been more of a fun.
But she doesn't, like, she's not using, like, the packs aren't, like, what you use to get around. They're, like, security, so if you get off track, you get to where you need to go.
I'm just saying this sequence could have been more of an adventure struggle, more of a creative way to get home.
But if she's navigating the city on a daily basis, this is how she gets around. It's like walking. It's not anything. It literally is just her going home, you know?
I know. I just think it would have been an interesting place to be creative.
Did plenty creative in this book. I'm fine. And I'm cool with the pacing because it's moving. We don't get bogged down in anything.
Yeah, it's super fast.
She gets home. The door's open. She goes inside. And she goes, "Oh, God, I'm too late," because the apartment's a mess. And there's blood floating in the air.
There's everything floating in the air.
Yeah.
Clocks, lamps.
Screws. Picture. That's the end of chapter 3. Issue 4. It's fine. The guys who tried to mug her, like we said before, came back to rob her again, but her dad beat the shit out of them.
They really wanted that milk.
And they're asking for help.
Yeah. No way, you need to protect me from your crazy old man.
Mm-hmm. But they deal with them pretty quick, and then she lays out that Barrow knows that Nate is alive and wants him dead. And then Nate believes he knows how to fix everything, but they need to go on a trip. And the map is in his journal. But Nate still can't go outside.
Trauma's hard.
Yeah, I mean, we get a flashback scene, and the trauma's there because of his wife. And he goes over that he feels like a coward for not going to save his wife. He says that he used Willa as an excuse, even though he knew that she was safe. There was a ceiling above her. She couldn't have gone anywhere. And he feels like super, super guilty. He feels like a coward.
Well, you know, it's survivor syndrome.
Yeah, absolutely. So Willa gives him a big hug and then knocks him out with a lamp.
Knocks him out with a lamp. Oh, one of the muggers is like, "Damn, that's cold."
Mm-hmm. And then she shoves him in a duffel bag and takes him to work.
Takes him to Big Shirley.
Shirley tells Willa that Barrow kidnapped Edison. They want Nate by the end of the day, and Nate will be just fine if they can make that happen.
See, I want who were Edison's family if they're all rich and stuff? Like, how does Barrow get away with doing that to another rich socialite family.
He's more rich, so
He's
it's okay.
more rich.
Yeah. There's the strata, right?
Sure.
If Edison's so rich, why does he have a job? Is he just doing it because, or does he need to? Is he rich enough that he does not need a job, or is he doing this to be normal?
Maybe his family's rich and they really suck, which is why they made him sit in the chair. And
Sure. Yeah. But wouldn't he be going outside of like the norm to go do this? Maybe.
For sure.
I don't know motivations, so they can't be that rich. They're probably like poor rich, middle class rich. Yeah. Okay. So Shirley tells Willow that. Yeah, we did that already. Nate wakes up. He freaks the fuck out. Once he calms down, he goes, "Nice place you got here." To Shirley. Him and Willa end up having a talk, and he wants to turn himself in so he can save Willa and Edison, because he's like, this guy has nothing to do with it. This is my fault this is happening to him. Like, this is not fair. I'm going to turn myself in, so we're going to save him. Willa decides that she wants to do a rescue mission instead, but that's going to be difficult because a rainstorm is coming. And while she's getting her shit together, she finds his journal floating in one of the rooms, and she's like, where'd he go? And he left. He actually went outside on his own, left the journal behind, but he doesn't know what a rainstorm is. Like, not now, in its current iteration. Because the rainstorm is one giant mass of floating water. And because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, he ends up directly inside of it.
Yeah.
Drowning.
And while he was having some success making his way through the sky, he was definitely panicking the whole time. His eyes bugging out of his head.
I don't think he actually went anywhere. I think he climbed out onto the building.
He made that leap.
Oh, he did. He made a leap. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, he made a leap, and he's clinging to this building, and the rainstorm just kind of like gloops like over him.
Yeah.
And this is a giant bubble of water that's what, like the size of a city block.
It's kind of terrifying. It's like getting swallowed by a lake.
Yeah.
Like a big floating, like blobby lake.
Yep, and you can't do anything about it.
You know, and like, what would you do? Try to swim to an edge and then fall out of it?
I mean, it's yeah. You could swim in it because it's still water, right?
Right.
But you would have to get to the edge, and then you would have to push off the water somehow. But the gravity of the water would probably overcome your own weight, so it'd be almost impossible to get out.
Yeah, you would just float back up into it. The only other option.
You get sucked. I don't even know if you could break the surface tension like that.
Yeah, the only other thing would be to swim to the top of it, and then you float up into space.
No, because there's no gravity. You don't fly away.
Oh, you don't think you'd be able to break out of the bubble from the top?
No, because there's as much gravity pulling from the top as from the bottom, which is zero. There's no top and bottom anymore.
Well, I guess that's why Nate's drowning.
Yes. Issue 5. We see a kid hanging buckets at his window to collect water for the rainstorm, which smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
But that's the kind of stuff I'm saying, like, you know, like on how things work.
Mm-hmm.
They could have, like, really got in depth on detail, because this is just a clever little tidbit they threw in.
Yeah, it's trying to figure some stuff out. Obviously, like I said, I think they got some of the science wrong, but a lot of it's right. It's neat. Then we see Willa with scuba gear, so fins and a mask and a breather and a tank of air, swimming through the water, which has fish in it, which I don't understand.
Yeah, if it's supposed to be rain.
Oh, right, unless it is like we talked, where it's just like the water just floated up and it took everything with it that was alive. She finds her dad.
Yeah, so rain is just bodies of water making its way through the...
Sure. But, like, rain should still happen, because it's caused through evaporation, right? So the heat, the sun hits water,
yeah,
the water
temperatures
evaporates.
Is still gonna...
Right. But if the water evaporates, it wouldn't be able to pull away from the body, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how evaporation will work in 0G.
Yeah, air pressure would still...
Air pressure exists.
Be a thing, yeah.
Right, and the temperature difference, what I'm saying is, could the water droplets of evaporation, the steam, be able to pull away from the larger body of water? I don't know if they would be able to.
Huh.
Anyway.
I think we have to, like, pretend that this happens in the Marvel Universe, where science is all bullshit.
Well, we have to go by, like, they have an internal logic, right? They're setting a case of, like, this is how science works in this world.
Yeah.
You know, and you're trying to apply stuff because this is, like, supposed to be quote-unquote real kind of way to go. Anyway, Willow finds her dad. She opens up an air pocket in the water by outgassing some of her tank.
Which I don't know about the science, but that shit looked cool.
Yeah, it's very
Like
cool.
that's
legitimate.
It was clever thinking.
Yes, that's legitimate. That's exactly what would happen because the air would just centralize into a bubble inside of the.
So now you have an air bubble inside a water bubble inside an air bubble.
Which we wouldn't have an atmosphere if we didn't have gravity, by the way. The atmosphere would go away too. He starts freaking out. She calls her very smart for thinking about it, just like you did. Like making that solution. She yells at him.
But I don't understand, since the Earth is flat. Like, why would it... Nothing.
Well, when the Earth, because it's flying through space flat, it pushes everything down into it, so everything stays on it. That's not what flat Earth is.
But there is no gravity. There's only density.
That's true too, yeah. The dome keeps it all encapsulated. Fuck, I lost my spot completely.
Are we here? Are we talking about the water coalescing?
I just say he compliments her there.
Yeah.
You know, my smart baby. Okay, here we go. So Nate decides he's going with Willa. They're going to go save Edison. Her plan is she's going to use the storm to get into Barrow's building, by getting in somehow and swimming in. Nate has a good idea. They're going to use the gun. Then we cut to an apartment that has Barrow, some henchmen, and a beat-up Edison sitting in a chair. And Barrow's looking out at the storm. And they're, talking about, they're going to show up, blah, 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 blah. And then Willa shows up, and she pushes a note that says run up against the glass. And then she points the gun at him. And then she takes her breather out, and she puts a bubble of air around the gun, which allows it to fire without blowing her back. And now water starts flooding into the apartment. And Barrow's boots get wet, and they short out, locking him down instead of letting him go. Willow runs over, unties Edison, and they get pulled out by Nate because she's tied off. Nate's on the other side of the rainstorm, pulls him straight through.
I like Edison. So your plan is that we all drown?
Not my plan. That's what she says. They see Barrow get engulfed by the water as they're pulled out, and they're safe on a building across the way. Willa actually wants to go back and save Barrow because she's a good person.
Right. Yes.
But the three guess that he's probably already dead at this point. And as they're talking, Nate is terrified and excited all at once, the fact that he's outside doing stuff. And while that's happening, Barrow pulls Willa's gun from her waist.
Yeah, Barrow just shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where, I have a problem when I read the graphic novels, and I'm like, this is how it's going to end. And then, that's the end of it. Not even thinking about that there's 10 more issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Barrow takes her gun right out of her holster, cracks Edison in the face with oxygen tank, and then takes Willa hostage, gun to her head. And he's flipping out. He's like, I saved the world, me! You hid like a coward! And yeah, Edison's just kind of floating off.
Yeah, mind you, this is one of my problems. Edison is floating off because he gets cracked with the air tank, and he's unconscious, and he is just floating off. And this is the last we see of him. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I have problems because I finished reading something, not even thinking that there's 10 more issues, and I'm like, well, that was a real shitty way to write him off.
We'll get to that in a second. I'd rather finish the story because we're very close, and then we can talk about that. Barrow's going to shoot Nate, but at the last second, Willa pushes his arm down, he fires, and they both go shooting up together. They fight.
Up to the sky.
The gun gets loose. They lose it, and then he gets under her and pushes her up and pushes himself down, sending Willa flying up into the air with no way to get down at all. And then we get...
Is she above the water there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she's just going higher, 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 higher. So we just get 2 pages of beautiful panels of her just kind of crying because she's going to die.
Yeah, and floating.
Floating up into and they're beautiful. And she's super far from the city at this point. And then out of nowhere, we hear, I've got you. And her dad's holding her. So he launched himself up towards her to get her. And he goes, your mother would be proud of the woman you grew up to be. Read my journal. I need you to be brave. Do what I couldn't, fix what I couldn't. And he throws her down, saving her, launching himself up into the air. So he sacrifices himself to save his daughter. She lands on top of a building, screaming out "Dad," and then we get a little while later, she's stowed away on a train, headed out into the world somewhere.
Says Union Station, Milwaukee.
Okay. Milwaukee Road.
Yeah, Milwaukee Road. Burlington Route, blah, 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 blah. Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania.
I'm sure this is a real place in Chicago. I just don't.
Sure.
Yeah, so book ends with her stowed away on that train, headed out in the world to go save it. And we don't see Edison ever again.
Ever again.
That's not true. We don't know. We gotta read it. So because they didn't show him dying, you're gonna assume that he's still alive, especially because he was a love interest.
Well, I mean, there wasn't much of a love story there.
No, but like they were flirting. There was
so
friends.
much other stuff going on.
She was willing to risk her life to save him.
Sure, but like going forward, the last thing I need out of it is a romance thing because it's so fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun adventure on itself. Like,
yeah,
I don't need it to
it's
be...
unnecessary, but having that like cute thing between them because she needed his help. He saved her, like helped her a bunch. Like it was this. It's gonna be. I don't need like a romance, but a relationship between them is fine.
But with like her leaving, and heading off on the road, like will she see Joan and Edison and Shirley again, or does it even matter at this point?
I mean,
is she gonna go find people?
It's still the future. There's TVs and telephones and shit. I'm sure the internet exists. Like I'll call home.
I'm just saying, is it like even necessary? Like, now she's off on a road on a new adventure, meet new characters, meet new people that can help her achieve the goal.
Maybe it's like, hey, I have a cousin in whatever city, and you can go hang out with them. They're cool, they'll help you out. Or, hey, I could wire you some money because you're in a tough spot kind of thing. Like, have him be like a support character from a distance, Also, he has experience going out into the world because he was doing those runs to LA and stuff.
Right.
So... maybe he shows up and he floats over in the next car. It's like, hey, we're gonna go do this because he knows what he's doing.
Like for the next 10 issues, it'll be interesting to see like who she has to go. Because you got to figure she's got to go meet other scientists or even like government officials or whatever. You're gonna try and fix the world.
She's got the journal. We don't know what's in that journal because apparently she has to go to a particular place to go do a particular thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You hit the on-off switch for the world and reset the gravity. Yeah, it's a good read. It's not like knock your socks off, but it's solid. It's a super quick read.
I enjoy it more than other things. Like it's not like it's not the best, but it's far from the worst.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the worst. It's not the best by any means.
I love the art.
Art is really good. Yeah, it's Lee Garbett. Yeah.
Yeah, super clean, dynamic.
Yep.
Like a lot of fun.
Right in my wheelhouse as far as like style goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I will read the rest of it. Like just based on this, I will read the rest of it.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Either worth checking out at least. See what's going on. Let's hear the bullshit reason why gravity stopped working and how they're gonna turn it back on.
Listen, if I'm gonna eat all the shit I eat from the big two, I'll happily.
Sure.
This is even a little more fun because you don't even try to explain other comic science to yourself. This you try to suss it out.
Because it's a single variable that changes. Like, hey, gravity doesn't work. What does that do?
Right.
We've tweaked one thing. Whereas comic book science is like, I made some bullshit up. Isn't it cool?
Right. But at least with this, with the atmosphere and weather, and you can try to legitimize or debunk.
Sure. Like I said, some stuff caught my attention. I was like, that's not how that works.
Right.
I mean, I know there's a cover where there's giant flies, and her dad goes at one point. It's like, are the insects giant? I theorized that with the gravity gun, the insects would get really, really big. So I think we're looking at giant insects later in an issue somewhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all kinds of cool stuff that can happen out in the world now.
Right.
See how those cows get milked.
If there was some kind of housing thing for them, and the cows were already hooked up to cables to be milked,
so just hanging by their nipples,
right? Or there's some kind of corral on the ceiling of the barn, and they're all my thing would be how are they fed? That would be a bigger thing. And there couldn't be free range anything anymore.
Everything is free range.
No. I would imagine giant warehouse type things.
Yeah.
There's no more grass-fed anything. Yeah.
No. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool ideas.
And it was fun.
Cool story. Yeah,
It was fun. It was good. There's a lot of heart in it.
Right. It's fun. It's fast paced. You immediately get invested in Willa because, like you said, she's earnest. She's likable. So outside of like doing nitpicky shit, yeah, it's worth a read just because it's easy.
Yeah, I liked it so much I don't even want to nitpick it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the science stuff is fun to figure out.
Yeah, it's just me. It's just me going, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my own brain finding a problem.
Right.
For no reason. Because everything like visually looks good. So like the ring of debris and people is like, oh wow, kind of thing.
Right.
Like it serves a purpose. Who cares if it's wrong?
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah. So thanks for listening.
I would say read this book.
Yeah, I would say read this book too. If you want to get in contact with us and give us a book that you would like us to review, you can do that at thecomiccryptcast@gmail.com. And you can follow the store on Instagram and Facebook, see all the new cool stuff we get on a weekly basis. Go read this book.
Go read this book.
We loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags like comics. The hardcore get it while the soft bitches vomit. I came to this earth on a radiated comet. Now the planet is in perilous danger because I'm on it. Fly super villain with the superpowers in me. Got the red issues and all my shit is minty. Body like Ben Grimm, suckers I be beating down. Look around and we be found chilling out in Eatontown. I be at the comic crypt stacking up the kryptonite. Doomsday and Superman every time I grip the mic. Dark Phoenix overloading, supernova, sunspot exploding. I'm the Punisher reloading Bobby Drake when he's frozen. Storm forming ominous clouds over the ocean. Working with Professor X to master my emotion. Have you posing in the box whether you know it or not. I'll easily bag your bitch like Logan did to Scott. Mr. Sinister plots when I administer shots to clone gene from my genes. Then this shit'll get hot like Inferno. Burn slow, humans are ash. God loves man kills in the days of future past. Now I'm working on a science lesson. Me and Brian Stratton, a rat in a cage who can't stop buying X-Men.
Like a flower,